Today I woke up, well, I went to sleep actually with a little bit of back pain, but today it's worse. So I went on Groupon, paid for a massage that is open today. And so I'm gonna go to see if I can get in for just a little bit. And then I'm also gonna purchase 4 chiropractic adjustments. I'm going to try to get that in probably tomorrow if I can. I'm going to buy it tonight and just call in the morning. But I'm going to bring you guys with me. I don't have a history of chronic back pain. I don't have a history of any type of pain or illness or anything. So I don't know what's going on. But we have to fix this because I don't really do well with high tolerance. I'm learning. Took some ibuprofen. Going to bring my clothes with me because... or maybe I'm going to change. I don't know. I'm meeting with someone at 1 o'clock to talk about some business. I'm going to bring you guys with me there. And then for Chicago Ideas Week, Hayet Rida cannot make it. She'll be out of the town for work. So we're meeting today at her apartment to film some questions and just to finalize Chicago Ideas Week, which is going to be this Thursday. So yay. So that's it for right now. This is how I'm starting everything. So I will see you guys in a bit. All right, bye. All right, this is my outfit for today. Nothing too fancy, just this top that I got when I was in Ghana. So here we go. Let's go get this back taken care of first.
Hi everyone, it's Hayet Rida. I'm so sorry I could not be here. I had to travel last minute, but I'm hoping everything I share in here will be just as amazing as having me here with Danielle.
All right, cool. So the first thing that everyone needs to do is we definitely need to have that media kit. So tell us, what's in your media kit? What are some of the must-haves?
So my must-haves in my media kit are, since I'm a blogger, my audience is a huge one. Every single brand wants to make sure that if they want to work with you, you have the right audience. So for example, if it's a hair brand and your audience shows that you have 90% of men who are just looking at your butt on Instagram, they're not going to work with you because they're not going to reach who they want to reach. So your audience is such a huge part. Instagram has great analytics, so you can actually go, you can look, and you can see exactly where your audience is, who's in it, what the age group is. It's all right there.
So what I'm hearing is you're not selling yourself, you're selling your audience. That's ultimately what brands want to work with. So say that you like meat, but majority of your audiences are vegan, then it's not going to work, and vice versa.
And also something that's really important is your approach to work. So for me, I'm a lifestyle blogger. A lot of people will see fashion, but you also want to show brands that you're more than just one thing. So I actually have concepts of, this is my approach to writing about beauty. This is my approach to writing about travel. This is my approach to writing about lifestyle, about finances, about fashion. So you're really showing them that maybe you might just see that majority of my posts are fashion, but I actually can do more than just that.
I love that. So you don't want to put yourself in so much of a box, but you do want to stay within a niche. So with her being in lifestyle, she's able to incorporate other things that make sense, so that when other brands reach out to her, they already know what will make sense and what won't, because she already has examples of what is working and what isn't. A lot of times people don't want to bet on something new. So if you already are starting those things, even before you get that sponsorship, it's always great to have what we call nowadays receipts.
And speaking of receipts, they also want to know, who in the world have you worked with? So for me, I have a list of saying under beauty, this is everybody I've worked with. I don't care if the person just gave me free lipstick. I've worked with you because you have my mailing address.
Love it.
If I've worked with any hotels, so a lot of times it's almost like, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. So show me who you've worked with and I'll know what level you are on.
Oh, I love that. So, okay, let's get into like some of the stuff that you actually use. So I know that a lot of people are starting off using like Influencer and things like that. Is those some of the brands that you would say people to use?
So I do specific things like, specific brands like Dove and Nike. So I will list specific brands that I've worked with.
Perfect.
I will also be ready to show examples. In some cases, I'll put in a case study. So let's say I was sending my media kit to, let's say you're a car brand. I may not have worked with a car brand before, but cars are under transportation. Transportation can fit into travel. So I'll say, here is some travel or hotel or airline brands I've worked with, and here's an example of the content I made for them. Perfect. So they're able to not only see how you approach their category, but also see how you brought it all to life.
I love it. So basically, what you're getting is that you can literally turn your life into a brand when you start thinking about it and are strategic with it. From what you use to bathe to how you travel and everything in between.
Everything.
Everything. Let's monetize our life, people, okay?
Yep.
The next thing that I want to talk about is within your media kit, where do you get your templates? So you can definitely get them from Etsy. You can definitely make them up as you want. There's also, you can just Google. The options are endless. But now I want to talk about your sponsorship list. So how do you compile your list and how do you go after these people?
So it's really interesting to how you compile a list. I just sat down one day and I took a look at my purpose, because a lot of people just have brands that you pull out of your butt. That's not how it works. Look at what you want to do in life. So I knew I was all about body positivity, self-confidence. So I said, what are the brands that align with that? Top of my list, I always say, was Dove, because it was like no-brainer. They're all about real women, real bodies, love, all of that stuff. So I said, put them there. Who are all the other brands that can fall? So I listed my dream brands. So from then, I said, okay, I may not be able to get the contact at some of the specific places, so I'm going to start doing something called Google. Not sure if you've heard of it before, but it's www.google. Is that how you spell Google?
Yeah, great.
So what I started doing was trying to figure out who is the PR contact for those brands. A lot of people will be like, tell me the contact. Sometimes it's easy. Go find the latest press release. So if they say, you know, Danielle's company just merged with X, Y, and Z, at the bottom of the press release will always be a PR contact. You literally blind email them. And we'll talk about what goes in the email in a second. But also, you start finding PR agencies and look through their roster of clients. So literally go on Google again and type, you know, top 10 lifestyle PR agencies, top 10 travel PR agencies, top 10 this. You can gather that list. You can also do it by city, like top 10 PR agencies in Chicago. And you literally just email them, look on their client list, see, okay, you know, do they have any brands I'm interested in working with? And you simply just introduce yourself.
Love it. Now that you have the contact list and you have your media kit, let's go ahead and create our list, our words that we're going to send. So what goes in the email?
So first of all, this email literally has to be as short as, like, really short, because you have to realize that these people are not looking for you. You're looking for them. It's almost like your elevator speech. Like, you have 5 minutes or less, I think about 2 minutes to get their attention. So a lot of times I start with the headline. What is the headline? I list it as partnership opportunity. Then : Hayet Rida.
Got it.
So already they're just like, ooh, what partnership opportunity? Let me just open. So it's kind of like clickbait. Other things I've used is blogger introduction. So that's a way I've also used, but I think partnership opportunity has worked better for me. From then I will say, hello, my name is Hayet Rida. I'm a lifestyle blogger in Chicago. I have been blogging for X number of years with a total social following of blank. That is the first few lines.
Yes.
Because that's going to determine if they even keep reading. Then you say, my approach to creating content is to go beyond simple lifestyle to editorial, storytelling. I've worked with X, Y, and Z brands. I would love the opportunity to be considered for any partnerships you have upcoming. I literally narrated the email to you.
I love it. She gave you the key, like word for word. There's nothing for me to say about that. Besides, I hope you had your pens and paper ready. And if you need to replay, raise your hand. The last thing is, how do you price yourself? I think that once you have someone that's interested, especially with all the stats, women always underpay themselves now. So what is the game for those that are starting? And then also, what is the game for those that have already been in the game and actually have a following but still don't know how to price themselves?
So I'd always tell you that you have to be humble but get what you deserve.
Ooh.
So the first time I started emailing people, introducing myself, I think I gave myself, when you hit 10,000, we're about to start making money.
Okay.
So I allowed myself between 5,000 followers and 10,000 followers to get some cred. So a lot of the brands who are reaching out, I would take all the free stuff.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be able to say, I've worked with this, I've worked with that, I've worked with that, look at the content. So between 5 and 10,000 followers, I was taking free things and I was creating great content. Here's the thing. You keep creating great content. Just because it's free doesn't mean you need to give them the cheap shit, because those things can turn into larger partnerships in the future, and I'll give you an example in a second. Yeah. So for me, when I reached 10,000, I was like, okay, 10,000 followers, it felt like there had to be some equation of maybe for every 10,000, it was like $200 or $100. So my first thing when I went out was, I have 10,000 followers, $250 per post. And so I started there. And then I started calling up other bloggers, like, how much are you guys charging? And they were like, girl, we're charging $500. And I said, for what? And then someone taught me, make a package. Don't just say per post. Yeah. So say if you want a blog post, content, this, and this, it all costs $1,000. Yes. Then, so give a good, better, best. Yes. So say if you want the full thing. So a lot of times with brands, you have to realize they also want content. So if you're creating amazing content, give them the option of, we will shoot everything you want to use on your social channels. So one brand I worked with, I was wearing shoes for them. So not only did I shoot the shoes on my feet and in my outfit, but I took some of those cool like product pictures for them that they ended up using. So all of that equated to why they gave me more money. Got it. So you sort of create that package. But I really went down to the equation of giving myself, okay, for every 10,000 followers, it was $250, but also weighing the quality of my content, understanding that at that point in time I was investing in a photographer so I could offer more. If you were taking pictures with your iPhone, do not give a brand that option if you cannot deliver. Ooh, so I was able to create full packages that could get me more money.
Right. And think about it, if you are able to invest in that photographer, then you can offer more and pay your photographer, so it kind of makes sense. So you definitely want to incorporate. When you start charging more, you can do more because you have more money to do stuff.
Yeah. And I wanted to share the example of how you can sort of don't go into every brand partnership just looking for money. River Island is one of the examples I will give. I started working with them when I had 7,000 followers. I introduced myself via the same email template I just gave you. I gave them examples of content I had shot with their products. So part of my early thing was I would invest in buying things and taking pictures to say, look at some pictures I took in your clothes. This is what I'm capable of doing. Love it. From there, they were like, yeah, your following is small, but we see your quality, so what do you want? So they were just like, shopping spree, pick anything. So I started picking, creating. It wasn't until I was at 20 or 30,000 followers where they gave me my first deal. Wow. So let's go back to when I was shooting all this content. I actually kept track. Every time I shoot with a photographer, it's $125 an hour. So I had done at least between 4, 5, and 6 shoots for them. So that's almost $1,000 that I had invested. But the first deal they gave me was for $8,000. So they had watched me this entire time. Right. So what I did was I got that money back.
Plus more.
So a lot of times it really is securing those sponsorships. It's almost like show them what you are capable of. Buy that stuff. If one of your favorite brands, now please don't do it for Christian Louboutin, because he is not ready to work with anybody. If you're not Beyonce.
Or Cardi.
Right, that one. I don't even think he's giving her anything for saying that thing in the song. See, this is how that works. But if there's some clothing brands, start wearing the stuff. Start tagging them, but make sure it is great content you can be proud of. Because a lot of times that is your pitch email. Your content that you're putting on social media using the right hashtags is the way they will see you, and that qualifies also as securing the bag.
Yes. So all in all, secure the bag. Everything is strategic. Please don't be out here playing games on social media, because you're ultimately playing with your brand and you're messing up your coins. So I hope this was super informative. I want everybody to know that this needs to be super strategic, right? Don't play on Facebook, don't play on Instagram, because you're ultimately playing with your brand and you're messing up what could be a potential for a lot of money. So we're going to go through again the media kit and the sponsorship letter, but I want everybody to leave this workshop taking things super seriously and go out and win in this last quarter. All right, well, thank you so much, Hayet.
Thank you.
And I will see you guys at the workshop. Bye.
I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but hope this helped.